Well, I got started in it after my husband passed away, and I was in danger of losing my house. I had a mountain of medical bills, and we had wiped out all our savings, 401k, everything was gone. So I knew that I had to do something,
Mhm,
to be able to continue to live here.
mhm,
I've always loved the show The Golden Girls,
mhm.
and thought it would be, great to live that way, but never expected to really have to do it because I thought, oh, I'm married and, everything's fine. And, but things happen. I thought of, I guess, like I said, I like the Golden Girls concept. And I always thought in the back of my mind, it wasn't really a plan, but it was like, well, that would be an option, um, if anything happened. Well, I worked for Home Match, and we had interviewed a bunch of home sharing programs that we were hoping to bring into this area. One of the things that we found is people wait too long, you know.
Mhm.
They wait till they're really in crisis, and then they think, well, that's the way to go, but then we couldn't help them. So they need to start thinking of it much earlier. I started searching online and came across Anna Marie, and what she was doing, trying to get funding to do Anna Marie's program here. And I started it that based off of Anna Marie's, what she was doing. She had come out here. In fact, she's the one, she stayed with me. And at the time, I was part of the area agency on aging. They were supposed to be finding affordable housing for older people. And so Anna Marie came and we invited nonprofits. Mostly there were 35 nonprofits, mostly nonprofits. There are representatives from nonprofits. And I think it was a full day workshop, and that was back in 2018. I was hoping that it would be more of a local, but it hasn't turned out that way. I think people that are posting are really out of state. So I did start one for the local area. I went through the questionnaire that was in Anna Marie's book, the one that we both answer and then compare our answers. Well, I have a 4-bedroom house.
Okay.
So I put a separate entrance into the front bedroom. I could close it off eventually if that's what I wanted to do. But I do like I say, I like the Golden Girls concept. I don't want to just be collecting rent from somebody,
Sure.
not have that kind of friendly
Connection.
relationship connection. Yeah.
And so your housemate that you have now, what were the things that you were taking into consideration when you considered this person?
That she didn't have any pets of her own. She did pet sitting. The age was important to me too. She is older than me. That she was still active, and she is pet sitting again. But I think maybe she got into a situation where she thought, oh, I don't have to worry about it as much, so I can take time off. But I said that kind of changes what I was expecting. I just didn't want somebody that was here all day long when I'm trying to work. Yeah, she likes to garden. I've got a little front patio, and she's brought, some trees and stuff like that she's brought with her. And so she's made the patio really nice. She likes to go out there and sit, or have her lunch. It's a big help. She doesn't cook all the time now because she's decided she wants to lose weight, but we have meals together, and it's a companionship type of situation. The lady I have with me now came in January. And at first, I had wanted more money than she could afford, but it seemed to be exactly what I was looking for. She liked to cook and that type of thing. Maybe that would be worth coming down. And in fact, I even discussed it, on the group with Anna Marie, and they said, well, she wasn't able to do the first and the last month's rent and the security deposit. She was telling the lady at Carmel Foundation, well, I can't really afford it. And they had a grant, and they ended up paying her first and her last month, or the security deposit in the last month's rent. So it worked out. My fifth experience, 2016. And she was here probably for she was a school teacher, and she was very active. She did a lot of volunteering, so she was gone a lot at night because she did like ushering for the theater and things like that. It worked out well. She had been teaching at a school that's right down the street from me. And of course, when the school opened the next year, they transferred her clear across town. She ended up finding something that was closer to the school that she was in. See, after her, I had, it was a man that was out here doing work out here, and he was referred by a friend that I walk with all the time. He was going to be gone too, he had to go home, and while he was gone, he actually continued to keep paying rent. I had somebody else move into the other room. She really didn't work out. He had told me that she liked to cook. She liked to come home like at 11 o'clock at night and cook full meals. Really, this just is not working. Was a music teacher, and she really wanted to be in the Bay Area. So I sat down with her, and I said, well, do you know anybody in that area? You start talking to your friends and see if there's anything available. She ended up moving to Berkeley, and she's got, a place she has her own little kitchen and stuff to herself, and that's not going to bother anybody. So that worked out well for her. And
Sure.
for me, I was happy.
Sure.
The fourth one I had, I knew her from the professional women's group. She was a rancher, but then as she did work, because she did a lot of yard work and heavy lifting and stuff around here, and she was a great help during COVID because she did all the grocery shopping and everything. And so I took off, for each hour she worked, I was paying her an hourly amount off the rent. And with her, we had both, with it, the situation changed because she was out of the house working, and I was in the house. And then when COVID hit, we were both in the house, and that it just didn't work out as well. So she decided she was going to go ahead and do her traveling and see if there was somewhere else that she could live more affordably. And I have to say, I don't regret any of them because I learned a lot from each one. I learned more about myself and what I want, not to settle for what's not right. Well, of course, there's a financial benefit. It's sustainable for the earth. You're not having two of everything. If you're sharing a toaster and oven and refrigerator and things like that, the help around the house, especially as we age, can't do as much as we used to. That's a big bonus. And the companionship. It's nice to have somebody ask you how your day was or leave a light on for you if you're out at night, or there's times that I've come home and there was dinner waiting for me, which I didn't expect. I think having other people around is what keeps you active. I think there's a lot of benefits. If it's started early, it can become where you have that help as you age if you need a ride. Loneliness is it's a big health risk now, and people are isolated and by ourselves like that. You have 4 bedrooms, you fill them up with a bunch of stuff, I'm using them for storage and all, and
Right.
it's like, no, it's time to people first. They are happy that I'm sharing, I don't want to be a burden on my kids. I don't think it's their responsibility to have to worry about me, and I do want to be able to leave the house to them. I can't do that, I can't do it without the sharing. I don't want to go out and have to work in my 70s.